Hey everybody, welcome to our bi-weekly live. I'm Lynn, and here's, oh wait, there's not Kathy, but that's okay, she might be joining us later. We'll just have to roll on through. So nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. If you're here live, give us a little like or a comment so I know you're here. If you're not, then you can watch it on replay. So that's cool. So this is my first live all alone. I can do this. I can do this, people. So I've got something to share with you today I'm so excited about, but I want you to notice my shirt because I'm going to talk about it in a minute. But let's make some cards, or at least a card. Let me figure out how to flip. All right, today I'm going to talk about this gorgeous stamp set called Layers of Beauty. And this is one that has been in the catalog this year, and we found out, by the way, here's a way to catch us on YouTube as well, L&K Stamping Events. I saw this in the first catalog, and I was in love because it has stencils. Stencils, girls, stencils. I'm so excited about stencils because if you love to color, that's great. You can stamp and you can color with this set. Color with our blends, colored with color pencils, all the above, anything. But I'm going to show you how to use stencils because stencils are super uber cool, and they're a way to color quickly and get her done in a gorgeous way. So I'm going to show you the card I did for our swap at Onstage. Onstage was the big convention that we do, and Kathy and I went to Raleigh, North Carolina. Ooh, here's the swap card that ladies in our swap got, and then I got, so this was a 20 swap, so I got 20 cards and they got this card. So it was very fun. By the way, I happen to have an extra. So if you would like one of these swap cards, just DM me. I'll give it 24 hours because I know a lot of people have to watch after work. Wah, wah. That's okay. Send me a DM and I'm going to do a random drawing and somebody's going to get one of my swap cards. Here it is in a different background. Don't you love that background? Don't you love the coloring? This is not coloring. This is stencils. It's so cool. So let me show you the paper. This is the beautiful, and of course I've used a whole bunch of it. This is called Country Woods. It's also, again, gonna be in the new catalog. It's all gonna be in the new catalog, so I'm gonna keep on using it, yes. And it's so cool because it's got all different kinds of paper. Okay, so the one we're gonna make today, I'm gonna still use this. I had not used this gray background so much, so I think I'm gonna use that today. And you know what I love about a 12 by 12 is when you make a card base, this is the black, the brown layer is just an 8.5 by 11 cut in half and folded. And then our layer is a 4 by 4 1/4. So when you've got 12 by 12 paper, even I can do that math. I can divide 4 into 12. And so you can end up with 6 panels to fit on the front of your card with whatever. Okay, so here's where we're gonna get going here. She says, oh, before I go, I want to show you, before I get started, I got to show you a few sneak peeks from the catalog. I've been talking about them, but I got to show you. Okay, what have we got here? Look at that. Ooh. So these are brand new sets that Kathy and I just got while we were at convention. I have not had a chance. Can you guys hear me? I hope so. Can you hear me? I keep turning up the volume. So this is one of the ones I got at convention. I have not had time to play with it yet, but it's so cool. And it has a set of dies that came with it that I'm going to be using and sharing. Look at this one. Great, big, and bold. Perfect for memory keeping. And then I won this one at a prize patrol. This is so gorgeous. And it's going to make some of the most incredibly stunning cards. I don't know why I'm getting such glare here. Okay, and then there's online exclusives that I picked up a couple. This one is the Everyday Arches dies. you're going to be seeing this and using this in classes. And then the fancy borders die, you're going to see this today. This is just a really cool borders die to zip up your cards. And then I love this background, painted stripes. I haven't used it yet. Well, I'm gonna do it. Okay. Ooh, sorry for the shaking. All right. So let me show you. Oh, let me show you some in colors. Here we go. Oh, and one more thing too, I spotted. So these are the new in colors. Aren't they pretty? They're just gorgeous. Do I know the names of them? No, I was hoping Kathy would be here. This is Strawberry Slush. It was a color once before. They took it away and now they brought it back. I love it. This is something. This is Timid Tiger. This is Cloud Cover. And I don't know what this is, but it's beautiful. I don't remember the names. I'm sorry. I don't remember the names. And here's a couple cards that I made already. So these are going to be coming out May 1st. But as demonstrators, we get sneaky peekies. The Cloud Cover, they're having a little trouble with the ink because the ink was not up to their standards. One thing we love about Stampin' Up! Is they make sure that everything that comes out is up to their standards. And if it's not up to their standards, they're not going to do it. They're just not going to do it. Okay, before we make this card, let me find my pieces, which I cannot find. There they are. Freaking me out a little bit. All right, put these beautiful things away. Okay, we're gonna make, oh, I gotta show you this piercing die. This is a background die and it's actually piercing, and I'm gonna show you a card with that in a little bit. Okay, getting started. So we're gonna go with this beautiful smoky slate. And here is the paper I thought we would use as the background. Again, this is just that 12 by 12 that I cut down. I think I'm gonna flip it like that, but I need you to vote. Is anybody here? Oh, Lydia's there. I see you, Lydia. I'm not looking at my screen, so I can't really see who's here and who's not here. But Lydia and anybody else, I need you to vote. We're gonna use this background, and we're gonna do some stenciling and some stamping, and I need you to vote. Do you want to see our roses from our stamp set in the blues or the purples? Blues or purples? Blues or purples? While you're voting, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, Marsha's here. I'm going to go ahead, blue or purple, that's what you're voting for. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this image and show you how neat it is to stamp this image. It is so pretty, guys. It is so pretty. Okay, what I do with the stamp set? That would be a good idea. Let me find the stamp set. Hold, please. Aha. All right, let me get out our stamp set. You see it's really nice and big. So I need my biggest block. So if you don't have the biggest block, you can do this another way. You can adhere this to a smooth surface, ink it up, and take your paper and put your paper down. Okay, and do it that way if you don't have the biggest block. But I have all the blocks. I gotta have all the goodies. I gotta have all the goodies. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my stencil down, or my stamp down, right like this. And the reason I'm going to do it with these little flowers at the top is because that's going to help me when I go to stencil, okay? And I'm going to use the back of our grid paper. So by the way, this is the grid paper that Kathy and I got it on stage. We did not get a whole pack, but anytime there was one that we didn't use, we scarfed it up and brought it home. And I'm going to flip it. I'm going to use the back side so that you can see everything that I'm doing today. Okay, I'm going to get my lovely Stampin' Pierce mat. They're only $5. Gotta have them. I'll tell you what, they're so good for photopolymer. If your photopolymer is not stamping right, stamp on one of these puppies. If you don't have that, go get Fun Foam. But this will work way better. Okay, now let me get my paper. And I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Oh, here it is. The basic gray. That's a little bit darker than the smoky slate that we're using. Okay, popping that open. Okay, I'm going to ink it up. Notice that my stamp is laying flat face up, and I'm going like this because on a large image, that's a much better way to get full coverage than if you tried to turn it over and stamp down. Okay, now I hope you can see. I'm going to line it up. Drop it. Now I happen to have a very fun little tool. It's just a knob I got at an antique store that I put some felt on, but you don't need this. You can just take a block and a nice soft cloth and rub that over there, but you're just going to give it even pressure all around. I'll make sure I get all the pressure. Ugh, getting my workout. Woohoo! There we go. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I just love it. I love it. It's good to love what you do. All right, I need to see, is there voting? Kathy, if you're on, tell me. I see Lydia's a purple. It's hard for me to see from this angle. I can't tell. All right, let's see what we got. So, you know what, Lydia, you're the girl. You're the man, because right now I can only see your vote. So let's just go with it. So I want to share that you can use 3 colors, or you can just use 2. You don't have to use 3 colors. So since we went purple, I'm just going to use the 2, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, let me make sure I don't make a mess, which is very hard for me not to do, but I will try. So let me put my stamp away because I don't need that anymore. Let's get these out, and then we're going to use a blending brush. So I have a variety of blending brushes here. Let me dump them all over the table. You really don't need all that. You really just need, that comes in a pack of 3, and really you can wash these, but I just keep 1 for my purples, 1 for my reds, 1 for my blues, etc. Then they come large and small. Today I'm mostly using the large ones, I think. Okay, so here's my stencil. Let's get our Pierce mat away. And there's only one really, really important thing when you stencil, and that is nothing should move. You want to tape. So I'm using, I have this tape in a little dispenser I got from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to tape very well my stencil in place, okay? Because I don't want my stencil or my image to move. The 2 most important things about stenciling is keep it still and keep it still. There you go. 2 things. 2 very important things. Okay, now my stencils come, these are the Layers of Beauty stencils, and they come with a little notch out of the top. Make sure you can see that. Okay, and it's got a number 1. Okay, and the next one has another 2, and there's 5 of them all together. You don't actually have to do them in order, but you know, for your own sanity. A 3 and a 4. Okay, so 5 stencils all together, and that little notch. So what we're going to do is layer them together, layer it right on. Let's see. Oh. Make sure I get it right here. Did I put it on upside down? Let's see. Nope. Okay. I guess I have to tilt it quite a bit. Okay, that's fine. So what I had done earlier, because I had a bunch of people stamping with me, I had gone ahead and traced the leaves on here with a black Sharpie. Then I flipped it over. I traced it again on the back, and then I used alcohol to remove it. The reason I did that is so that I could line it up easily. You do not have to do this. you do not. Simply line up your stencil, and you notice it's at an angle to the base. That's okay. And then again, most important thing, tape. Do not let your stencil move. If your stencil's not moving, it's going to be gorgeous because it's foolproof coloring. I love it. Okay, and you can use painter's tape, you can use washi tape, whatever you have. Okay, now, purple it is. So I'm going to take my purple ink. This one is Fresh Freesia. And I'm just going to swipe it in here. And the first coat, the first #1 stencil, I'm going to do pretty light. Make sure it's lined up just right. And I'm just going to go very lightly. And you notice I don't really have to tap off or anything. I can go straight on here. It's all going to be variegated. And notice I'm going in circles. I'm also putting my finger on, ooh, like I said, don't move. Don't, nope, nope. Get back there. I think I need more tape. You know what I'm going to use? Real tape. Scotch tape. Okay. And I'm going to just go in circles and just get all that filled in. That's it. That's all there is to #1. Let me lift it. And the big reveal. Ooh, ah! I'm going to take my tape off because I'm going to reuse that. That's it. Isn't that pretty? I could leave it just like that. That is beautiful just in and of itself. Okay, I'm going to put the second one down. Again, we don't want the paper underneath to move. Make sure that's on there. And then I'm just going to line everything up. And it takes, and remember that was at an angle. One thing that helps me is these little circles that are the centers of the flowers. That helps me line it up. And as soon as you get it all lined up, give it some tape. Tape it. Another little trick I saw online that I have seen is you can go like that and create a little image for your notches to fit in. Okay, now I'm coming in with the exact same color. Now I could use a second color, right? I could use a couple colors. But this one I'm coming in with the exact same color, and I'm just coming in harder and a little more. Okay. All right. And just put as much as you want or as little as you want. You can customize it. Okay, here comes the reveal. Lift that one up. Ooh, ah. I could leave it just like that. But no, more is more. More is more. So I'm coming in now and see how that notch up there helps me do that. I should have done that to begin with. I saw that online. I don't know who. I do not know who, people. You just have to say thank you to the universe and to the person who shared that on a reel. Okay, lining everything up. Taping it down. Don't let it move. Don't you move on me. And now I'm coming in with another color. I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape. Why? Because it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Sorry for the shaking. Okay, now I'm going to come in with one more. Let's add that one on top and see what happens. I mean, stenciling is like so easy. Now, I happen to know that these are little flower petals, so I think I'm going to leave them blank for now. But I can just go right on top. Okay. Ready for the reveal. Lift. What is it? The bra is lift and separate. Ah! Ooh! Yeah. Love it so much. Makes me happy. All right. Now we're coming in with the leaves. And we're going to use Old Olive. And I'm going to close up my ink pad. Why? Why? Because I wear every color that I ever stamp with. Yes. It's part of it. Okay, again, my notch can go right up there with it. That'll help me. And I'm going to cover it up. Cool. And I'm going to tape it down. Do not move, you. Do not move. I'm switching because I have a green. Well, it used to be green. By the way, these are washable. Just wash them in the sink, soap and water, like detergent from your sink. And they clean up beautifully. They might be a little stained, but they'll be fine. And I'm just going to go real light with this one. And that's going to give me that variation of color. Okay. And look, it got a little darker there, but I'm okay with that because it's all going to come out so pretty. So pretty. All right. Look good? Lift and separate. Okay, if you know what I'm talking about, that tells you, that ages us, right? Lift and separate. Okay, it's a bra commercial. Alrighty, now coming in with that 5th one. And again, you don't really have to do them in order, but it just seems good. It seems right. Now I'm going to get a lot of ink and just rub it right on there and pop it right on top. And you can almost even pounce it to really give it that. And you'll notice that that black that I put on is on the underside. It's not on the top because we don't want to rub on top of black. Okay. And just pop that right on there, just as heavy as you want it. Okay. Dun, da, da, da. Ah! Is that not so cool? I mean, look at that. Now, before I move on, let me do something that I'm going to tell you to do that I'm actually going to do that is a good thing to do, but I very rarely do. And that is clean your stuff right away. And I want to show you this. I saved you guys my very last wipe in that pack. Watch this. It cleans up so beautifully. Actually, that's a dry wipe, but it cleans up so beautifully. And if you do it right away, you're ready for the next thing. Yeah, just be careful of your little pieces that you're pulling down to give it a clean. Actually, that is such a dry one. I'm going to get another one. Hold, please. Galaxy Quest quote. Okay. And then here comes these. Let me just wipe them. And look how quick. Look how quick that is. I mean, it just wipes up so quickly. Oops, watch my little thing that I don't push it up. Good as new. Hey, that's kind of a cool thing there. All right, little stencils, thank you for your service. You may go away. Let's get our image back out, and I'm going to give this a flip. I've got a cleaner mat. Okay, and here comes my paper. Now, what I need to do here is to die cut, and I thought I was going to have a Vanna with me, so I don't have a Vanna, so I have to get up. So I'm going to put this right here, and I will give you something to look at while I am running this through my die cut machine, because check out this one, and this is one that, here's one that I made. How about that? That's with partial die cutting. Partial die cutting. I'll be right back. Okay, did I lose you? I hope not. Isn't that cool? And this, of course, is the nice, beautiful red. I love this one. And that's heat embossed with white embossing powder and pretty pearls. Okay, more to come. All right, let's go back to this. Hopefully I didn't go too fast and mess it up. And this die just cuts it out so nice, so nice. Check it out. Yes. And let's get this all back together again. And I'm going to go ahead and use my Mono Multi, which is the best glue ever. People ask me how to do it. Just give it a squiggle. And then I usually just give it a pull on each corner just because I don't like my edges sticking up. But not too much glue. Not too much. That side's pretty too, but I like this side for today. Okay. Put that there. And we've got our purple. Whoa, yes! An excellent choice, I must say. An excellent choice. Bravo. And of course, there is no life without dimensionals. When we were at the convention center in Raleigh, we were walking up the steps, and there was a dimensional backing on the steps. It was hilarious. Like, yeah, they're definitely on the space shuttle. I'm just going to say, and eventually they'll make it to the moon. Okay. All right, pop these puppies off. Oh, a fun trick I saw at convention that I'll show you. I've never done this before, but the lady was doing this. Let me go over here. And she was piercing it. Look. How about that? Never saw that before. Like, okay, that works. Stabbing them. Stabbing. Hey, why not? Especially if your fingers are like, I can't get these things off. Try it. See what you think. All right, here we go. Put that right like that. I think at this angle, right? You like it? I could do it this way. And I think I like this little curve here because I did some die cutting ahead of time. Okay, and I have these little, I'll show you what I got. I've got these little dies that come with it, and I wanted to point out, if you get stuck getting your dies out of the dimensional, remember there's little pokey holes. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they're called. That's probably like the real name, pokey holes. But if you're having trouble getting them out of the dies, poke in the pokey holes. Poke in the pokey holes. And it should pop right out. And get all those little middles out. Okay, so I can add a couple embellishments around. I did some out of the smoky slate and some of the gray granite. Again, I can use a glue dot, or I can just go ahead and use my Monomulti. You know, green glue. Everybody just calls it green glue. Okay, that works, green glue. I don't think I'm going to take that little middle one out. I think I might leave that there. Okay, and maybe one on the other side. I do want to poke those pokey things out. Otherwise it doesn't look like it's a leaf. Okay, one over here. As many or as few as you like. I don't really know that it needed it, but hey. And then I did use this Layers Unbounded Love. And this is the cutest little tag. It comes with the set. Is that so cute? I love it. So I think I'm going to put my little hello. I didn't know what I wanted it to say, so hello always works. Get hello up here. Hello down here. Yeah, we're missing something on my hello up there. So let me dimensional that puppy on there. Okay, and then definitely at an angle, right guys? Okay, and then I'm going to use a glue dot for this little guy. Our friend calls them. If Kathy was here, we both say, snot dot. Oh, snot dot sticking to my fingers. Am I cool? Look at my cool. The girl said, oh, you're going to go on Facebook? Let me give you flowers for your nails. Like, okay, I'll take it. And put that baby on. There we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Da, 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 da. Now, we need an inside. Gotta have our inside. And again, that's always 4 by 5 1/4. Get that perfect layer on the inside. Get that on there. Ooh, sorry, keep hitting the camera. I have it low slung today. How much glue? That much glue. And then I just give it a little zhuzh in the middle. Just a zhuzh. And if you want to stamp on there, stamp something on the inside, that's certainly a good idea. Got a little, well, it's too big. It's too little. They quit selling that little bitty box, by the way. They only sell this size now, which is fine. That's all you really need. And let me get my gray granite back out somewhere. Nope. How about purple? Yeah. And we'll give that a little zhuzh. Pretty cute, I think, if I do say so myself. And I did, if you were listening. I said so myself. All right, all this away. Put this back in there. And then I want to get organized. Hard for me to do. All right, now let me show you what to do with the envelope, because the envelope is a very cool part too. So let me get a little envelope out of here and get our stamp set back out, which is still over here. I said thank you for your service, but I really did need it one more time. And this is a really cool trick to do with the envelope in this one, especially. Get your envelope. Do you say envelope or envelope? What kind of person are you? Right or wrong? No, I'm kidding. Envelope, envelope. And this is just a piece of good old notebook paper, right? I'm going to stick it in there, and I'm going to ink this up. And since we're in purple mode, I think I'm going to go back to my gorgeous grape. Okay, ink up my stamp one more time. Got up my Pierce mat. And notice I put the paper underneath there because I'm going to come right on top. Go around, I think, like that. Yes. And again, give it a good push. Ah! Look at that. Ooh. So pretty. So pretty. And I have a matching envelope and a beautiful card. Yes. Hope you like it. Now, a couple more things I gotta show you, because I've been playing with my beautiful stamp set, and I gotta show you what all I've got. I showed you the red one already, and again, that's partial die cutting. So you're gonna put your plate up to here, and it's only gonna cut that far. That's a good way to add dimension, and you can make actually a fun flap with that too. Okay, let me show you this. Oh, you don't even have to color it in. Look at that. You don't even need to have to. You don't even have to need to. You don't need, yeah, that. You don't have to color, okay? And these are those two-tone sparkle gems. Aren't they pretty? I won those at another stamping thing, which I love. And the circle embossing folder. And this is the sentiment that comes with the set. You make my heart smile. I think that's really nice. And that's just, yeah, not colored whatsoever. Okay, here's one that's not stamped. Check that out. If you don't use the stamp at all, if you just use the stencil, look how pretty. The stencils are separate. And I think that's so pretty. And this was a leftover piece from Celebration. Oh man, that's so pretty. Okay, let me show you this one. Now, this one is, I had stamped it. I had used the stencil, and then I went back to the two main stencils, number 1 and number 4, and I put Versamark ink and clear embossed it, and that way I could go all over the background with the pool party. Pool party, isn't that pretty? Notice how I say, isn't that pretty? And I made it. Okay, anyway, and then there's this. So this is a set And I did 2 different coloring methods on this one. I used my blends, my alcohol marker blends for the roses, and then I used watercolor pencils for the rest of the image, for the leaves, I mean. And I just scribble on there, and then I come back with water. Kathy likes to make a little palette and pick it up. Beautiful. And that one opens this way. Okay, and that was with those dies that I showed you earlier. And then I thought, hey, let me use the dies and just cut the envelope. Now, I had to cut it twice, so you're not going to get more room on it than I did, but just a little scallop, okay? And then one more. Okay, I told you to take a look at what I was wearing. Well, I was inspired, and when I go back to me, you'll see it again. I thought, you know what, if I'm wearing that, so about, I don't know, an hour before I came on live, I thought, oh, I gotta make one that matches my shirt, so I did. So here is one with multiple colors, multiple colors. Now this is that piercing die I told you I was going to show you earlier, and the thing that's cool about it is it pierces one way, and then if you turn it, it's actually a square. I'm trying to find it to show you. If you turn it, it will, I don't know where to put it. It will, you turn it one way to get a stripe, and then you turn it another way to get a plaid. I love that, just a soft, gentle texture. Okay. And these are the pearls that are in there. These are the antique pearls. Just gorgeous. Okay, I hope you liked everything. You'll have to let me know which is your favorite. I'm actually going to post these cards later. Probably not till tomorrow or Sunday because life is busy. I got my father-in-law and I love it. So you'll have to tell me which ones you like. And remember, if you would like, oh, by the way, and here is the matching envelope that went with this one. If you would like one of my swap cards, DM me, and I'm going to give it till Sunday, and then somebody, some random person, will get one of my swap cards in the mail. And make sure I have your address, duh. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. This is Layers of Beauty. Get back over. And stenciling. Stenciling's the bomb. Flip it. Here I am. Hi. See, how did I do? Let me pull it up. I love it. All right, guys. Hope you have a wonderful day. Happy Saturday. Have a blessed tomorrow on Sunday. Or I guess, no, today's Friday. I have no idea what day it is. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Love you guys. Bye. Miss you, Kathy.